Are at section 1.3, which is the third day of doing this stuff. I'm going to do the two questions that you have to do today, but I'm going to use the step-by-step process that you got yesterday, so that paper. So the first step on the step-by-step process says pick any two pairs of equations from the three possible equations. Look for variables that already cancel. So the x's, I don't have two that are opposite. The y's, I don't have two that are opposite. But for the z's, I do. I've got this and this. So I can immediately take the first and the last equation and line them up for my step one. So step one, I'm going to take 4x minus 4y plus 4z equals negative 4. And then negative 3x minus 3y minus 4z equals negative 16. So then the next step is step 2, eliminate the same variable from each pair using the elimination method by multiplying one or more both equations. And I don't have to do that here because it's already happening. So step 2 is kind of skipped here because they already cancel each other out. So step 3, add the two equations, which leaves you with a new equation with only two variables. So step 3. So I'm going to add down, and 4x minus 3x is just 1x, so I'm going to write x. Negative 4y minus 3y is negative 7y. 4z minus 4z is gone, that was eliminated, and then negative 4 minus 16 is negative 20. So I've got my equation that I need. So now step number 4, it says choose two other pairs of equations, must use the one that you didn't choose from step 1 and eliminate the same variable that was eliminated in step 2 with the first pair of equations. Oh, excuse me. So basically, don't use the same equations again because then you'll get the same thing. And we have to eliminate z because that's what we already did. So step 4. I picked the first and the last, and I need to eliminate z. So I'm just going to pick first and second. You could do also second and third, but first and second. So 4x minus 4y plus 4z equals negative 4. And then second, 4x plus y minus 2z equals 5. So I am going to have to do some multiplying. So step number 5 says add the two equations, which will leave you with another equation, but we're going to have to do some eliminating here. Multiplying to do the eliminating, sorry. So I'm going to multiply this equation by 2 to be able to get rid of the z. So copying down the original top equation, 4x minus 4y plus 4z equals negative 4, and then multiplying 8x plus 2y minus 4z equals 10. So now I'm doing that add down, so step 5. So I've got 12x, 12x minus 2y, and then the z's cancel as we intended, and then equals 6. So I've got step 5 done. And I'm not going to be able to put it all the way to the right like I normally do because I don't have any more room, so I'm going to put it down here. So the next step down there, use the two equations with two variables from step 3 and 5. Eliminate one of the variables in order to solve for the first of the three variables. So let's take step 3, write it, x minus 7y equals negative 20. And then take step 5 and write it, 12x minus 2y equals 6. And this is step number 6. So I need to decide to eliminate a variable. I think the easiest one here would probably be x because I just have to multiply the top by something. So I'm going to multiply by negative 12. So I've got negative 12x, and then negative 12 times 7 is positive 84y equals negative 12 times 20 is 240, times negative 20. And then copy down the second equation. No change there. So we are adding down. So x's are gone. 84 minus 2 is 82y, and then 240 plus 6 is 246. So then I'm going to divide both sides by 82 to get y. So 246 divided by 82. Y equals 3. Okay, so that was step 6. Step 7, plug in the variable in which you solved for in step 6 into one of the equations with 2 variables. So I'm just going to pick the first one. So step 7. I'm going to take x minus 7y equals negative 20 and plug in y there. So x minus 7 times 3 equals negative 20. So negative 7 times 3 is negative 21. X minus 21 equals negative 20. And I'm going to add 21 to both sides. So x is equal to 1. So step 8. We're almost done. Plug both variables you have solved for so far into the original equation. So we got to pick one. Let's do the second one. So 4x plus, and then we know y is 3, minus 2 times, we knew what x was. Let's go back. 4 times x was 1, plus y was 3. We don't know what z is, so minus 2z, and then equals 5. So 4 plus 3 minus 2z equals 5. So 4 plus 3 is 7, minus 2z equals 5. Take away 7 from both sides. Negative 2z equals negative 2, and then divide both sides by negative 2. So z is 1. Last step, step 9, is to just write it out. X, y, z. Bam. Whew, that was a lot. Okay, let's go to 2. Feel free to pause if you needed to. Let's change colors. Is green too much? Let's see what that looks like. No, it's amazing. Okay, so 2, we're going to follow the step-by-step process again. So the first step is to pick a set, and the goal is to eliminate immediately. Oh, not step 3. We're only at step 1. To immediately eliminate if possible. Here we can look at the first 2 equations and eliminate z. So I'm going to say x minus 6y plus 4z equals negative 12, and then x plus y minus 4z equals 12. So z already cancels out when you add down, so we're skipping step 2 here, which was to eliminate the same variable because we are already multiplied by, we don't have to multiply, sorry. So adding down, I got 2x minus 5y, z is out, equals 0. That is okay, don't be scared. And then that was step 3, is now we have that equation because we added down. So here's our equation. So now step 4 is to get another set. So choose 2 other pairs of equations. So we have to eliminate z. And it doesn't really look like at this point there's anything great. I see a negative here, and this one's positive, so I don't have to multiply by negative. So I guess I'm going to just pick those 2. But honestly, you could have picked the first and the last, and it wouldn't make too much of a difference. So x plus y minus 4z equals 12. And then 2x plus 2y plus 5z equals negative 15. So I'm going to have to eliminate z, so I'm going to multiply both equations. This one's going to get multiplied by 5, and this one's going to be multiplied by 4. So 5x plus 5y minus 20z equals, got to get that line through it, 12 times 5 is 60. And then the other one is 8x plus 8y plus 20z equals negative 60. So let's add down That is step 5. So 13x plus 13y, z is out, equals 0. And again, no scary business here. We're okay with zeros. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so step number 6 is to line these up. So 2x minus 5y equals 0. 13x plus 13y equals 0. Doing a little pause. So here we are now going to eliminate one of the variables. So that is still step 6. So I'm gonna just get rid of the y's, I guess. So I'm gonna multiply this by 13 and this by 5. So lots of multiplying in here. So 13 times 2 is 26x, and then 13 times 5. So negative 65y, and then equals 0, because 13 times 0 is just 0. 5 times 13 is 65x. 5 times 13 is 65y. And then 5 times 0 is just 0. So let's add down. 26 plus 65 is 91x. Eliminate y equals 0. So last step is divide by 91. And x equals 0. So now we are at step 7. Plug the variable in which you solved for in step 6 into one of the equations with 2 variables. So I'm just going to pick the first one, I guess. So step 7 is next. So 2 times 0 minus 5y equals 0. If you try to take this x and plug it back into the top piece, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with 2 variables and can't really go anywhere with that. So we want to start with those 2 variable situations to plug that in. So 2 times 0 is just 0. So I'm just going to not put anything in there. And then I'm going to say minus 5y equals 0. And then divide both sides by negative 5. So y is also 0. We are okay. It's not scary. Step number 8. Plug both variables you have solved for in so far to one of the original equations. I'm going to pick the second. That looks easy. So I've got x plus y minus 4z equals negative 12, or sorry, equals positive 12. So 0 plus 0 minus 4z equals 12. So negative 4z equals 12. Divide by negative 4. Oh, we actually have a number. Z is negative 3. So the last piece is quick. Step 9 is to write your stuff out together. So x is 0, y is 0, and z is negative 3. All done.